It's probably one of the most powerful inventions in human history. Seriously, it shapes our lives every single day in ways we don't even think about. So today, we're going to do a crash course on the corporation.
All right, let's say you and a friend have this amazing idea for a business. You're pumped, right? You're ready to dive in. But what if it doesn't work out?
Well, see, in a simple partnership, there's actually no line between you and the business. If the company gets into debt, creditors can come after your personal stuff. We're talking your house, your car, everything. A really scary thought.
Yeah, it's exactly like this. There's no wall. Those business debts can just hop right over and come for your personal assets. That is a massive, life-changing risk for anyone trying to start something new. So what's the solution? How do you fix that?
Well, you solve it with this absolutely brilliant legal invention, the corporation. It was designed to be this kind of legal shield to protect entrepreneurs from exactly that nightmare scenario.
Okay, so here's the absolute heart of it. A corporation is legally its own person. It's a totally separate thing from its owners. It can own property, it can sign deals, it can even sue or be sued all by itself. That separation, that's the whole game.
So how does this shield actually work? Well, it's built on 4 key pillars. These are the things that give the corporation all its power and its unique structure.
Yep, those 4 right there. Legal personality, limited liability, transferable shares, and centralized management. If you get these 4, you'll get what a corporation is all about. So let's start with the very foundation.
All right, pillar number 1, legal personality. This is a game changer because it just makes doing business so much simpler. Since the corporation is its own legal person, it signs the contracts as one single entity. You don't need every single owner signing their name on the dotted line. Imagine the chaos if you did.
And here it is, the big one, pillar 2, limited liability. This is the magic ingredient that solves that first problem we talked about. It literally means that you, as an owner or a shareholder, are not personally on the hook for the company's debts.
Yeah, just think of it like a financial firewall. The absolute most you can possibly lose is the money you put in, what you paid for your shares. Your house, your car, your savings, they're all safe and sound on the other side of that wall. And that's huge, because it's what makes people feel safe enough to invest and take those risks that lead to all kinds of innovation.
Okay, on to pillar number 3. So what happens if you want to cash out, or maybe one of the owners retires? Well, in a corporation, your ownership is just a bunch of shares, and those shares, super easy to buy, sell, or just give away.
And here's the really cool part. The business itself doesn't even flinch. Ownership can be flying back and forth every second on the stock market, but the company's day-to-day operations just keep chugging along. That gives it incredible stability.
And that brings us to our last pillar. So who's actually in charge here? I mean, you can't have thousands of shareholders all trying to make decisions, right? Of course not. So instead, they elect a board of directors. That board oversees everything and then hires the officers, the CEO, the CFO, to actually manage the daily grind. It's a super clear system that separates who owns the company from who controls it.
Now, it's important to know that corporations kind of come in 2 main flavors. First, you've got your open corporations. Think of any company on the stock market. Their whole goal is getting access to cash from lots of investors. And then you have closed corporations. These are usually smaller, often family-owned, where the main goal isn't raising money, it's about keeping control and privacy.
Okay, so you've got all these different people involved. Owners, managers, the public. It's a lot of moving parts. So this powerful machine needs a rulebook, right? Something to make sure it all works fairly. And that rulebook, that's corporate law.
So where do these rules even come from? Well, a few different places. You've got statutes. Those are the actual laws passed by the government. Then you have case law, which is basically how judges have interpreted those laws over the years. And you even have self-regulation, like the rules that stock exchanges make for the companies listed with them.
But here's the thing. While a lot of the rules are flexible, some are just not negotiable. They are absolutely mandatory. So the question is, why? Why can't a company just make up all its own rules?
Well, the short answer is to protect people. These non-negotiable rules are there to stop the powerful from exploiting the weak, to shield smaller, less informed investors, and just to set a basic standard of fairness for everyone. They're what keeps the whole system from falling apart. So we've gone through all this, the shields, the pillars, the complex laws, which brings us to the big picture. What's the point of it all?
What's the ultimate goal of this entire system?
And this might actually surprise you. According to legal theory, the ultimate goal isn't just about making as much money as possible. It's about enhancing overall social welfare.
What does that mean? It means the whole legal framework is supposed to create a system that pushes businesses to be responsible and sustainable. It's trying to balance that hunger for profit with the needs of everyone else, employees, customers, and yeah, even the environment.
And that, of course, leads us to a really big, critical question for today. When you look at the world around us, with all its challenges, is the modern corporation really living up to that ultimate goal? Now that is something to think about.